Hi, I'm Mark. I'm here to discuss with you briefly about what makes Lifeform unique compared to other one versus many games. Well, for a start, the Lifeform player controls only one true threat throughout the entire game. That never changes. In similar games, you find the opposite of that, where the dungeon master player, the threat player basically controls a horde of things, and they fight the good guys. But in Lifeform, that's not the case. The the crew team are not Star Marines. They don't have plasma weaponry. They don't have battle dress or power armor, and they're fighting against one alien the whole time. They can't defeat the alien. It is, for all intents and purposes, invincible. Now, you would say, well, how do you win the game? Well, that lies in a climactic showdown that you may or may not have on the emergency shuttlecraft. That all depends on whether the alien manages to stow away on board it during the course of the game. Now, the other things that make the game unique, it has multiple crew deaths, so each player starts with more than one character, but there's never any player elimination. That's very important, obviously, because we don't want people sat out during the game. So the game has secondary roles that play completely differently than all of the main crew characters. And I think that is certainly a unique aspect to the game, and creates a different narrative every time you play. Not every game will somebody take control of the starship's mainframe. Other games it will. The game isn't a semi-co-op, as in the crew are always working together. Now, that is a feature, not a bug. We did try it in its very early stages with one of the players being able to have some sort of traitor aspect, but at 4 players or less, it just doesn't work. So whether we do something about that in the future remains to be seen. Depends on how well the Kickstarter does. I have some ideas, but anyway, let's park that for now as buried treasure. But the game that you'll get is complete team structure. The good guys win if one survivor survives the catastrophe that's befallen the mining ship, and the bad guy, or she, wins if the alien kills the crew. What else? We don't track hit points. Neither the alien nor the crew have any kind of wounds. It just doesn't work that way. The alien is completely lethal. It never wounds anybody, it just kills them. Hence why the game can play rather quickly. But also that's obviously very thematic and fits the theme. We're not dealing with just any old space bug here, we're dealing with the creature. And likewise, the alien doesn't take hits for the same reason. It's almost a god that they found in space, and a thing of pure evil, with unknowable intelligence and intent that will go and do anything to destroy the crew. What else? The game has bluffing. Other games similar have that aspect, but ours is in plain sight. So the alien player moves sensor ghosts around the board. I don't know if you've played Space Hulk, but if you have, you'll be familiar with blips moving about a starship. This doesn't work the same way as that, in that one of the blips is the threat, all the other blips are not the alien. So you don't have the bookkeeping or the general brain overhead that you need to keep everything, and you don't have to take notes that you would do in similar games like Last Friday and Scotland Yard, etc. The game doesn't feature dice. Some would think that well, there's 2 sides to that coin, but I'm just saying that's what is unusual about this kind of thematic game. Generally features dice in some manner. Lifeform doesn't, and it won't in any future expansion, he said. We have a self-destruct timer, but unlike in virtually every other game that has some sort of timer of that regard, it doesn't move down automatically. I've got a caveat to that, but before that, yeah, it doesn't move down automatically. The crew spend time to perform actions. The alien can control the timer only in far as it, having the android knacker up some of the Starship systems, and it can advance it, but that's a rare thing to happen, and the alien doesn't always manage to pull that off in every game, or doesn't even want to. So, and the timer can never move back. Obviously, it always moves forward to the destruction of the mining ship. The caveat being, in the solo expansion, the crew member still spends time as a currency, if you like, to perform actions. You know, if I want to search here, it's going to take a couple of extra minutes, but I might need the harpoon gun that's in the footlocker that I've just discovered, so it's worth spending that. But as I said, it also it moves down automatically as well, so that's what's different about that to the main game. So I hope that helps, and gives you a little bit more perspective on Lifeform, the board game. So that's very much, and hopefully we'll speak to you again sometime in the future. Cheers.